Here we go! It's last week of the auction, America's favorite top 10 list of auction results from around the globe. All hand selected by me, Josh Levine, your host and guide to this world of auctions. And this is episode 3 of season 4, and officially the hottest YouTube series and social media sensation in the entire world. Okay, the auction world. What do I got for you today? I got some magic. This is totally nuts. And so what? And so much more. So here we are again with real auction results from real auction houses, and with that comes the valuable insight to just what's going on in the secondary market. So if you're a reseller downsizing an estate or thinking of selling a collection, or you just like antiques and collectibles, I got a feeling you might learn something today. And what do I always say? Nothing is more interesting than the world of auctions. Not even the men's fashion choices of the 1970s. So in the end, if you like the show, before you go, subscribe below, okay? Let's just get started. Last week at the auction. We're gonna start things off with number 10. It's a 19th century cast iron Squirrel Nutcracker that just brought $700 at Hartzells. True period cast iron collectibles are still commanding top dollar. Nutcrackers, doorstops, banks, and toys are highly sought after and always a hit at today's top auctions. Number 9 is a rare Smile brand orange soda tin sign that brought $1,600 at Dirk Soulis. I love me a good tin litho advertising sign, but with prices like these, I won't be collecting anytime soon. But if I find one at an estate sale or consignment shop for a good deal, I'll sure be a seller, that's for sure. Alright, the next one is one of those sleeper genres I love telling you about. Number 8 is a silver Chatelaine with a queen stitch pinball that sold for $2,200 at Freemans. Sewing collectibles seem to be a secret, you know, an in-the-know kind of collectible. Figural celluloid tape measures, thimbles, pin cushions, sewing baskets, needle cases, and so on can all command hundreds, and in this case, thousands of dollars. Did you know to look for those? If not, I hope you bone up on this little-known genre. There's money in those old drawers. Number 7 is a classic 1904 San Francisco $1 Morgan silver dollar that brought $5 grand at one great auction. Again, you gotta know your dates and mint marks, especially with those Morgan silver dollars. With only 2.3 million minted that year at the San Francisco Mint, that makes it today very rare and a key date. I have a little cheat sheet that I made up for when I'm reviewing a coin collection for all those key dates. I'd be happy to send it to you. Just drop me an email or leave me a comment. Okay, number 6 is a 1-cent electric treatment machine by the Mills Company in 1908 that did $8,500 at Morphys. Its slogan kills me. Take a shock and look pleasant. I love quack medicine stuff. Some of the devices produced in the 19th century and early 20th century might have been just right up Darwin's alley, you know? How we survived ourselves this long is amazing, but there's time. Anyway, you know, there were even these home electroshock therapy kits. Like, you know, honey, you seem to be having a bad day. I've got an idea. Hold on to these 2 wires, would you? So what's next? I followed this one all week. Number 5 is a World War II US Army helmet that crushed it. $9,500 at Matthew Bullock Auctioneers. It was a rare variant, still had its liner and original camo paint. Extremely rare to find in this condition. Military collectibles are still hot. Rare examples in excellent condition can have exponential value when sold at auction. Congrats, Matt. Let's go back to Morphys with number 4, the 1-cent, 5-cent H.E. Winters Red Star Peanut Vending Machine that did $18,000. Now that's a lot of peanuts. This version was circa 1904 and rare, as it had a new system that gave you more turns or rotations for your money. So a penny gave you 1 turn and a nickel gave you 5, and you got more peanuts. Pretty cool and apparently very advanced for 1904. You see the kind of money collectors are willing to pay for exceptional versions of these rare coin ops? All right, number 3 is the Amazing Fantasy number 15 comic that brought approximately 18,000 American dollars when converted from Canadian dollars. This sold at Canuck Auctions and was right on the money, and I mean the Blue Book money. You see, it was graded a 3.5, which is not the best of conditions, but being the first appearance of the Spider-Man, it's a comic that everybody wants. And just to show you how much grading matters, a 9.0 sold for $415,000 in March of 2018. Okay, this one is magic. Number 2 is the Hofzinser Any Card Called For Magic Card Rise Box that brought $39,000 at Potter & Potter. They're an auction company that has quite a unique specialty, magic. Their website says they specialize in the sale of collectibles and antiques of all types, and I'm sure they do. But if you got magic to sell, these are the guys for sure. You'd be amazed at the incredible finds and the realized prices in this subculture genre. It's so cool. All right, number 1, I'm ending with Fritz Scholder's Indian Messiah painting that brought $150,000 at Hindemans. I believe if it's not a record, it's pretty darn close for one of his works. He was a teacher in Santa Fe in the late 1960s and influenced an entire generation of Native American students with his blend of pop modernism with like a pop art execution. Quite a unique guy too. Check out his bio and other works out there on the web. It's nice to know his work is being appreciated, and he might just be on the way up with those art elites and household names sometime soon. And now you know what happened last week at the auction. So it's time for viewer email. And this week's question comes from Mr. Weber of Payson, Arizona, who asked me, do you ever plan on doing a live show or on location? It's funny you ask that because I've been in talks with several auction houses about doing just that, and even a local record shop. I'm really excited about that one too. You know, live, and maybe I'll feature one of the items that they just sold and then do the rest of the show from their place. Who knows? I'm looking forward to it, and I hope it's coming real soon. Thanks for asking, and thank you everyone, and don't forget you can email me at josh@joshlevinespeaks.com, and feel free to ask me any and all questions. And quick, before I go, if you enjoyed the show, subscribe below. Thumbs up, leave a comment, you know the drill. Check out all the great auction houses from today's show, and support those local auctioneers. They're awesome. And a special thanks to my friends, the Lucky Odds out of San Antonio, Texas, for providing me their hit song, Whiplash. Check them out at theluckyodds.com. Put in the, okay? theluckyodds.com. Support your local artists and musicians. I will see you next week or last week at the auction.
Your stuff, man, it's giving me a whiplash.